The Pokemon clone, Pokemon diehards love to hate. There are a few out there that hate the idea because some of the concepts and designs are the same, and some ripping it without even trying it. There's been a war brewing between Palworld and Pokemon, and you could even argue that Pokemon is battling within itself. But there's a clear winner between these two, and I'll explain why.
What the hell?
Pokemon was a titan of a franchise when it first came out in 1996, with the pocket monsters actually looking cool, creative, and at times cute, but not overdoing it. Playing OG Pokemon will blow your mind away because of the stories, environments, and most importantly, the battle system. It was something new and never before seen. The past few years, fans have been disappointed by Pokemon, as if they have been widowed by the franchise because they released the games too quick to polish them. They have vast potential, but they lack the time and work to do it. Pokemon has recently been stale and tasteless like a dried up burger you forgot to eat last Tuesday. A majority of the new Pokemon designs are boring and uncool, and the gameplay is repetitive and the stories are okay at best. The last huge problem about Pokemon is the online feature. All you can really do is raid a few boss battles and fight against your friends, and that's pretty much it. Palworld, on the other hand, has a lot to offer.
Yes! Yes!
Although Palworld has been brewing up a lot of controversy, it really is worth the hype. The game is addicting, and I started playing this game about 2 weeks ago and have not stopped playing since. There's a lot you can do. The game is a mix of Ark Survival, Breath of the Wild, and of course, Pokemon. Pokemon is supposed to be a game where you play and enjoy time with your friends and venture out in the world in front of you. But it doesn't get creative or break the mold. It always plays it safe and does the same thing with every game. Whereas Palworld, since it's a variety of games, you can do so much stuff. First off, the mobility is great, so you're not bound to ground level when exploring the map. You can mount different types of creatures to gallop, swim, fly, and glide with different pals. You can explore different areas with your friend and go in dark and spooky caves, enter dungeons, and fight giant pals with insane amount of health that are extremely powerful. Lastly, you can fight different gym leaders that are even more powerful than the dungeon pals themselves. You can do everything I just named with a friend, or multiple. You have free reign to play the game how you want. It feels as though the game is limitless, like you yourself are in control of your own journey to carve your own path. There's also a building mechanic where you can make a fortress and make an army of pals working on your base. Because this game is a survival game instead of being a point A to point B kind of game. And you can attack different pals yourself instead of having a pal fight for you. Not only that, but you can craft different kinds of weapons for yourself and your team. So you could run up on different bosses with a strap and just start unloading on them. The map is huge, and wherever you place your base, it can actually get raided by different types of enemies or violent pals. There are different types of gangs and factions in the game as well. And putting in about 24 hours of the game, here are the two types that I have found so far. Syndicate Thugs and Free Pal Alliance, which will hunt you down if you own a pal and they spot you. There's so many things you could do in this game compared to Pokemon, it's hard to defend Pokemon after these recent years of games. Palworld deserves the hype and praise just from how fun and addicting it is. It's only a preview, and it's arguably way better than the new Pokemon games that's been released. From graphics to how much fun you can have. There's no excuse to Pokemon looking the way it does, cause why does Breath of the Wild, a game made for the Wii U, and Skyrim, a port from the PS3 and Xbox, look amazing and Pokemon looks dead, bare bones, and at times, apocalyptic? Palworld can be a great example to what Pokemon is capable of, but not really putting in the effort in, just because diehard fans keep buying half-baked Pokemon games released every year. Palworld is the best-selling game right now, and Nintendo is crying about it.
Please! Please! No!
And they deserve it, because Pokemon fans deserve better content, but the sad truth is they don't fight for it. There have been titles that have been extremely similar to Pokemon, but since they didn't get much recognition, they weren't bashed like Palworld. My last message is Pokemon is in a sad state, that it's too big to fail, So even though they're crying right now because Palworld is making so much money, they'll keep doing whatever they want because greed has corrupted them. And they'll keep getting insane amounts of support and money even if they keep releasing the same thing over and over, instead of breaking the mold. I will say they have attempted something with Arceus, but instead of diving completely in the water, they're only dipping their toe in like they're afraid of getting wet. So right now, Pokemon stinks. And to the people working on Palworld, do not mess this up. You have so many people rooting for you. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and check out some of my older videos. You will get a PAL that's super strong, hand delivered to your door. I promise.